We're going to switch gears now and go up to the spoken language bubble for activity 2. So for activity 2, paper clipped together, there's 5 pages and it starts with the pictures of the vowel A on the front. There are many different ways to teach the different sounds that vowels make, and this could seem childish, but I use it with adults too, and it's fine as long as you present it in a dignified manner. And I start by talking about the fact that in English, how many vowels did we have? Yeah, 5, A, E, I, O, U. Maybe you could say up to 8 if you count Y, W, and R. So that would be 5 to 8 vowels. What are letters supposed to do in English? What do we use letters for in any language? When you look at a letter, what are you supposed to think of? Yes, they represent sounds. So a vowel letter should represent a vowel sound. We had 5 to 8 vowel letters in English. Do you have a guess of how many vowel sounds we have in English? Yep. I might have heard somebody say it, 18. Did somebody say that? Go. Good job, Delaney. Oh, it wasn't. Was it you, Mary? Oh, it was Lisa. Okay. Yay. 18 vowel sounds. So that mismatch between the number of letters and the number of sounds that we have is what causes so much difficulty with English. So you have to learn this little part about the spoken language bubble, the 2 main vowel sounds for every vowel letter. The pictures on these cards are only there to help remember the vowel sounds. If a person already knows the vowel sounds, they don't need to know these pictures. The pictures are only for the help of remembering the sounds. And the pictures purposely go together. There's a lot of memory tricks already just kind of put into this to help. So for this one, the cue could be that it's the Garden of Eden. If the student isn't familiar, then you can help them become familiar. The angel and the apple are those 2 pictures. If you can look at this screen for a minute with me, I don't know if you're going to be able to see me. I'll move my screen away a little bit. Okay, can you see what I'm doing? I'm holding one of my elbows and I have my other hand kind of up here like this. Yes, thank you for all doing it. This is actually something really good to learn, especially if you're teaching younger kids. What it does is it provides a visual and a physical something to go along with the sounds that the letters make. So if we say the word angel, then I can do angel. And what that allows is for me to talk about that very first sound in the word in a way that we can refer back to it. So what was that sound that I was making when I did this with my hand? A. That first sound in angel, the first thing we do with our mouth is A. One thing that people who struggle with reading have a very hard time doing a lot of the time is pulling out the individual sound from a word. If that's hard for you, don't worry, it will get easier. If that's hard for you, it will get easier, and I can help you more in between if you want, so don't worry about it. Hopefully it won't be too hard, because that is a skill you need to develop in order to be able to teach somebody to read and to spell. So angel, and then we can do apple, apple. So what was that first sound in apple? Oh, good. You all said it. That is actually one that's the hardest, and people often say a different sound, but that's it. Ah. You could then give more and more practice with this, and there's ideas for practice for this within the optional activity 6. So we're not going to get into that right now, but I just want you to know that if this is a struggle, there's more ideas there, and we could talk about even more ideas. But even if it's a little bit of a struggle, usually it comes pretty easily by just doing the activities that aren't optional. But for somebody who's a deeper struggler, then those optional activities are there. Making sense?
Yes.
Okay, so what are the 2 sounds that A makes?
A.
Good job. That was a good strong ah. All right. Now, Lisa, if you would mind flipping to the next picture. So this is just like you're in a field. You look up and you see an eagle. You look in front of you and you see an elephant. What's the first sound in eagle? Yep, first sound in elephant. Very good. So you could do the same thing for all the rest. So Lisa, would you just flip the pictures? So it's frozen lumpy things, ice cream, and an igloo. If even has no idea what an igloo is and has never heard of it, then if you would print out a different picture from the internet, maybe somebody itching or anything else that starts with the sound I, and there's a longer list in there that I can help you pick from, then go for that. And then the reason I've kept it, there's a couple different reasons. They'll come up throughout this, but one of them is just that they're both frozen lumpy things, and that actually helps the kids remember. So, all right. And then O. Yep. Ocean and octopus. So the first sounds are O and A. And then if you switch to the last one there, it's on the beach in Hawaii. You have a ukulele and an umbrella. Ukuleles are, you probably already know this, maybe some of you even had them in school. They've been big for a few years in a lot of schools. When that fad dies down, I'll probably need to switch to using something else if it does die down. But for now, ukulele works great.
We have them here, so they will know.
Perfect. Okay, that's great. All right, so what are the two sounds that A makes, everybody?
A.
Yep, E.
E.
Good. I. Good. O. Good. U. Good job. Okay. Awesome.
So long.
That's all right. It's good. Oh, did you notice something about the first sound that we listed for every vowel?
It tells the name of the letter.
Exactly. So you can just call these the name sound and the other sound, unless or somebody else is already using those terms long and short. Those are so unhelpful because there's nothing long or short about any of the vowels. It doesn't matter what length they are. They're still what they are. But if he already uses those, or if somebody else is working with him who does, then you can help him make that connection and use those terms. Otherwise, it's pretty useless. And actually, sometimes with kids who actually think about those words long and short, I very explicitly show them that it doesn't matter how long they are. It's the same long sound A if we say A or we say A. Whether it's really short or really long, it's still that long sound A. Does that make sense? I mean, it doesn't make sense, but yeah. Okay. So that was activity 2. And that was about the spoken language bubble. It's just those spoken sounds, the A and A, E and I and I, O and U and